Remember to take all the footage off my camera because it doesn't segregate it by days automatically. So it's going to be a little bit fiddlier than it normally is to figure out what day is which day in the vlog. So that delayed me by about like 5 minutes, let's say, because I had to boot up my computer. I've also transitioned away from the Outlook email app back to Gmail now that they've redesigned it at some point in the past, and it handles multiple accounts better, so I'm going to try that out. And then also, yesterday I washed my lunchbox, left it on the draining board to dry. This morning, gone. And both me and Laura spent about like 10-15 minutes, well 5-10 minutes looking for it. Couldn't find it anywhere. Literally couldn't find it anywhere, it's gone. Laura's like, I don't even see how it's possible that that's still in the house. I'm like, well, it's got to be in the house. I watched it yesterday. You've done so clearly. But this morning, Laura put away all the stuff on the draining board. So we're like, well, I mean, if it's anywhere, you put it there, right? Yeah, by the looks of it, I figured out the settings on this camera now so that it doesn't drain battery as badly during the day when it's not in use. Pretty fucking boring day today, to be honest with you guys. I've been doing some cross-browser testing and looking into how we can technically integrate this payment service that we're looking at implementing, and raising questions about how the hell that's going to work. I think the question I've raised might be unsolvable. The way that our checkout works might be just literally flat out incompatible with the way that their service works. But we'll see. We'll see. Also, like, all of the implementation details of how we're going to handle everything outside, completely up in the air. No one really knows. And we've got a month to do it. So, happy days. Otherwise, heading home. And there has never been a Thursday that feels more like a Friday than this Thursday. God damn. Why can't it be Friday tomorrow? I don't want to go to work tomorrow. Laura's off tomorrow as well, because she booked off holiday. Ah, God. We also solved the lunchbox puzzle. It was at work all the time, so I owe Laura an apology. Everyone else in the world but me seems to be off tomorrow. My tester friend I sit next to, our BA's off. It's not on. It's not on, buddy. Not enough people are in today, so I really freaking doubt there's going to be a lot of people in tomorrow. My lord, today I did a lot of manual testing. I did a lot of cross-browser testing, as well as, and I think I spoke to you as well about looking into the technical details of this thing and being like, that's not gonna work. Otherwise, it's vote day today. We're voting for an EU candidate. I've never voted for an EU candidate before. I don't think I was old enough last time they had a vote for the EU candidate, I don't think. 2014, I probably was old enough to vote for that. I must have been. Because the 2016 election I voted in. So I must have, but that was the first time I voted, 2016. Love a good vote. I make a point of voting in every scenario that I can, except council votes. I don't give a shit about council votes. Do not see the point in that at all. But I still do it. Still go out of my way to do it. Right, I'm waiting for Laura to come home. I've half cooked, I've prepped dinner. Everything's chopped, ready to rock and roll. I just need her to give me the go-ahead so that I can put the wok on. I need to start rendering out videos. Yeah, I think I've got about 2 vlogs that I need to render before I can render out the GoPro vlog. And I need to change my vlogging script at that point because these aren't going to automatically put inside the day things, or I need to look at the file details and do it that way instead. So previously, my camera was really helpful and chunked up its videos into days, and then I could basically just make my script just look through all the vlogs and just be like, okay, right, here's a folder, that's day 1, day 2, day 3, etc. It's a little bit more complicated with this one, so I'm gonna have to start scanning through the actual metadata recorded. It's gonna be a pain in the goddamn ass. But that's that, innit? It's gonna be fun. It's about time to start doing some dinner, but just started making this script. It's gonna be hard, man. It's all a question of how lazy I want to be. Because I could just put each day into its own folder, and then that would like solve my problem, basically. Like, I'd have no issue. It'd just be a case of, yeah, literally just run the script. But I would hope that I could do it, but then I don't seem to have access. The very brief test that I just did, I don't have access to the, not that, hold Jamie, pay attention. I don't have access to the data that I think I need, so I need the, I'm just trying to figure out where to put you down while I do this. I need like video creation date rather than the metadata that I do have, because the metadata I do have is just basically when it was copied onto the computer, and that's not good enough. It's in the details when I look at like the file properties and all that shit, but I don't know how to access that off my first very basic scan look of running it. So it's gonna be fun. I'm gonna do a bit of Googling, have a look around, see what I can do. But yeah, I assume that would have been in just file information, like the creation date, basically. But it just ain't, right? That doesn't look like there's going to be any options on the camera itself to help me. So, solve the problem or don't be a lazy son of a bitch. How lazy do I have to be that putting the videos into the folder that represents the day that it was recorded is too much hard work for me. I'm used to the good life, that's all. Finished my last Easter egg, ladies and gentlemen, but I deserved it because I won my first ever game of Apex Legends. Oh my gosh. I've been playing that game like on and off on my own for a little bit, but then, oh, wrong light switch. That's not the light switch I want, that's the light switch I want. But then John said, oh, we should play it again. And I'm like, yeah, mate. And like every single game, got a kill. Basically I messaged him, been like, I can't remember the last time I played this game and didn't get a kill. So I messaged him and we played. And I got a kill every single game, except for one. And then won one. Woo! But otherwise, unproductive evening. We went to vote in the European elections. And then otherwise, played that and then watched a series of unfortunate events. What I thought was the last episode, but penultimate episode to the last episode. Penultimate episode. And now look, this camera has a 43% battery. The thing is as well, I've also ordered more USB-C cables because I don't have enough USB-C cables around for the things I need to charge now. And arguably the only things I need to charge are this and my phone. But I haven't got enough of them. I've literally only got this. Oh no, and the Wi-Fi, but I can't unplug the Wi-Fi. Yeah, it's not good. It's not good. Anyway, I need to, Laura keeps falling asleep downstairs, so I need to kick her off into bed, even though she's not at work tomorrow. So technically it's only me that's to go to bed. Basically this entire week has been really boring, but today is going to be the most boring day of all. There is going to be like 3 of us in the office. And that's about it, really. We've got no work to do because we've got nothing refined. I've finished everything that I need to do. So, to be honest with you, I've brought my laptop. I'm going to do some of my own stuff. Do some investigation and whatnot on my own world. If I've got nothing else to do. I think the one thing I've got to do is we had a customer phone up with a bug, which we'll need to fix in live. That's it. Because like their account got into a certain state, so we need to do an account like state fix, basically a data fix. But that's about as exciting as it gets, to be honest. So yeah, I've transferred all the code to my laptop, and now that I can do that, I can finish writing blog posts, which I've kind of written. I feel like I've written it, it's going to be a bit big, so I'm thinking the point I'm at the moment might split it in half. So I might do blog posts. I've got an article I want to read, which I put in my pocket thing about spotting and fixing fake agile, which will be interesting. It's a big one though. It's a big read. Get a cup of tea and read that one. Yeah. God damn, it's been a very, very slow week. And it's going to be very, very slow following 10 weeks. Though at least, oh God, I need a holiday, man. What's making this worse is Laura's literally at home in bed asleep. Or she was when I left anyway. To be fair to her, she was a bit awake. But it's not the point, you know. Why didn't I book off today? I should have booked it off, man. Then we have a 4-day bank holiday weekend as well, but to be fair, she is at home like revising and stuff, so she's not just slumming it. Oh, hello. Wasn't expecting the camera to start there. I wasn't ready to start talking. I might even be covering up. I was right about today being boring, but I was wrong about me being ballsy enough to just work on my own laptop. I was investigating how our RabbitMQ implementations work to see if I can hack them into doing something that I want them to do. I'm trying to sticky plaster something, which is not sticky plasterable, to be honest with you, but otherwise it was a long ass day. Fixed a problem in live, / spotted a problem in live, fixed the data, and then we need to solve that problem so that doesn't happen again. But we've got some time before that is a problem. And yeah, otherwise came back. Laura was at home today working, so we had jacket potato for dinner. I haven't had jacket potato in ages. That was so good. It's one of them things which you can smell it for a long time and it makes you hungry and hungrier and hungrier, you know? But anyway, words. Had that, and then otherwise sat in here and just chilled the evening off. Laura's at uni tomorrow, so that's my opportunity to get stuff done. Need to get back on, well no, to be fair, I've been somewhat productive, but need to get back on the productive thing. We've got Formula 1. It's gonna be a busy weekend, I think. I also need to go somewhere local to get this haircut. I'm not going into town again. I'm not going to the same hairdressers, which I've been to for years. I don't actually think it's that good anymore. And it's too much money and too much effort. I'm gonna try and find somewhere nearby and just walk in and be like, hey, can you cut my hair, please? And just pray that it's good. Oh, such a creature of habit. I'm gonna wake up tomorrow and I'm gonna be like, let's go to town. Also, look at this now, everybody. Every single day, I got 2 camera batteries. I can just live the dream. I've just dropped Laura off at uni. My hair is flat. I'm gonna go and try a new hairdresser's. You don't know how much of a big deal this is to me, man. I am not a big fan of trying new things. Not only do I hate hairdressers in general, I get really like hot underneath the gown thing, especially in weather like this. I don't like talking about myself or sports or anything that people like. Small talk, not for me. I hate having to describe what it is that I want done because I don't really know what it is that I want done. I just want the same as normal, please. But it's just, by the way, I just the whole thing. I'm not a fan of it, right? But what I'm even more not a fan of is going somewhere I'm not used to. I don't know these people. I don't know what the price is going to be. I don't know if it's going to be a good job. I don't know how busy it's going to be. I hate it. I hate everything about it. I've not been happy with my current hairdressers for about 2 years now. I only went there because they used to have a guy working there that was really good, and now he doesn't work there anymore. But I still go. It's still really expensive. It's still really far away. And I'm like, you know what? I need to find one that's within walking distance. So that's what I'm doing. This is a little bit, to be fair, this is quite a long walk. On a day where I know what it's like, I'll take my longboard. But I don't know if there's anywhere to park my longboard. Or a skateboard for that matter. So I'm walking. I'm a creature of comfort and habit, me. I like routines and doing the same thing all the time, you know? There's also a kid about to cross this road here on the left. You might be able to see him because it's a nice wide lens. In a full-on like puffer jacket. You must be roasting, fam. I mean, I'm in shorts and a t-shirt. Also, the t-shirt I always wear when I get my hair cut because I don't want to get hairs on any other t-shirt. I'm gonna have to go home and have a shower anyway, but and my old shoes because I don't want to get. The worst thing is getting hair on your white shoe. You know what I'm saying? Relatable content, hashtag relatable. Another thing, watching back like the footage I've made while editing these videos, they're so stable, man. The stabilization on these cameras are insane. Obviously I'm not doing anything weird, I'm just walking. But like the combination of my gimbal-like grip that I've trained over the years and the hyper smooth stabilization in this camera is fucking incredible. You wouldn't even know I'm walking. It's insane. Yeah, I'll watch. Let's embarrass myself by running for a little bit, right? This is with stabilization on, okay? I'm just gonna run like that, look. And you're probably not even gonna, you can't even tell, right? It's smooth as fuck, right? Now let's turn the stabilization off. Okay, ready? Stabilization's off, and then run again. Look at the fucking difference there, my boys. That is insane. Gotta be said though, it's not exposing well, is it? To keep my face in exposure. So there is that. That is the downside. Oh, right, itchy eye. My gosh. How do I get out of this pot? 2 things. I'll definitely go back to my other hairdresser when I go on holiday. It's like the same. It's exactly the same. I don't get it. I spent all the time doing the sides and not the top. I don't give a shit about the sides. Just fucking buzz that shit. I don't need it faded or any of that bollocks. Just cut the top, fam. That's the bit I stick up. That's the bit that looks really long when I gel it. But also, do you think you could get away with pretending to be deaf? when you go to hairdressers. Like go in with like a piece of paper that describes exactly what you want, and then at the top just be like, hi, I'm deaf, can I have this please? Because it would just cut out all the small talk. I don't have to strain to hear you talking, even though there's a buzzy thing right in my fucking ears. I mean, that guy was like, does your dad come in here? And I'm like, no. And then he said something and I'm like, what? He said it 4 times. I was like, what? Can you just fucking say it louder, you son of a bitch? I'm not gonna fake laugh or pretend to laugh, because I feel like you asked me a question, I can't hear you. And he's like, oh, never mind. And then we just sat in silence, which was much better. But it was awkward as fuck, man. Yeah, I think I'll go back to my other one. Anyway, I need to go home, have a shower, whew, wash out all the... And he didn't even cut it with like actual scissors, it was just the thinning scissors, which do cut it a bit, but it doesn't really. It's weird, man, that's confusing. It's almost like he didn't know what he was doing. And he like started to pack up, he like started to finish. And I was like, oh mate, do you mind just taking a little bit off the top? A little bit more off the top? And he takes, and I say like an inch, or like half an inch or something. And he does like 3 more snips. I'm like, oh, that's perfect mate, thanks. Brilliant, I'll come back. Fucking hell. I was like, when I went in, I'm like, 3 on the sides please, and about an inch off the top. I like it choppy. I like gel it up and chop it. And then halfway through, I'm like, is he gonna do it more? Is he gonna do more of that? That's not an inch. It's nowhere near an inch. It's basically not even cut it. Anyway, let's go home, have a shower, cool down in all ways, senses of the word. Well, I've got to put the washing out, but yeah, do some jobs, do a little bit of work, watch Formula 1. I mean, look how long it is still on the top. I've come home, I've put the washing out, had dinner, had a shower. Look at it, it's still really long. It's still too long. God damn it. Anyway, I'm gonna watch Formula 1. I'm never very good at I'm very good at telling myself that I'm going to do some work while I watch Formula 1, and never any good at actually doing anything. I've come upstairs now, I'm going to schedule some videos, and I'm going to start working on my daily vlog script, see if I can get it a little bit more efficient, and a little bit working with this video camera. I'm contemplating shifting it so that I run it when I plug the camera in. So like the first thing it does is copy the files from the camera, because at that point when it's on the camera it'll have the real creation dates on it, I think. So I think that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to try plug it in. But the problem with that is then I always have to leave the footage on the camera in order to figure out when the daily vlog. No, that's a dumb idea. To be fair, I think what I'm going to do is shift it so that it works from the camera itself, not from the footage here. So I'm going to redevelop it, redesign it so that literally it takes the footage from the camera, puts it into the correct folders in the what's-my-doohick in here, and then builds it all from scratch. Because as soon as it like effectively copy it onto the hard drive, render it out, put it into the right place. Because the only reason that doesn't work for me at the moment is because I finish the videos at night and then start the next one the next day. So in theory, I'd need to fully render out a video in between videos, if that makes sense. Which is hard to do when I have a real job and I need to get out at a certain time in the morning. But when I work at home on my own for myself, I'll basically end the video, plug this into the computer, click it run, you know? I think that makes sense. I'm just doing a test render at the moment with the footage that it recorded for the first GoPro vlog, just to see how the rendering settings work out. I foolishly clicked play in Visual Studio, which I shouldn't have done because it's a significant chunk slower than when you just run it when it's pre-compiled and whatnot. But yeah, I think that's the plan. So I am actually going to reshift it. I'm going to rewrite the code so that, or should I make it toggleable basically, so that you can do it both ways. I might leave like an original and the source folder one. That'd be really good, I think. That sounds like a really good plan, man. If only there was a way for me to know, like the scenarios where I just need to dump like a lot of footage. If only there was a way for me to just kind of like pull it onto the computer, render it, and then kind of select the 3 that I want to put. Do you know what I mean? Like, so I make each day as like its own standalone thing automatically, and then I just pick the ones I want to glue together and just go glue those. Ooh, that's a good idea. So, by the looks of it, this video and the last GoPro video were both going to be rendered out differently to the way that this next one after this is going to be rendered out. It's going to take me a little bit of time to fiddle around with this stuff. Also, I really do need to fuck around with the rendering settings because it's really slow to render and it's not doing a lot of good work to like compress it down. So I'm going to have to do some stuff around that. I'm like kind of half rushing this one. I've got a lot of work to do. I've taken on quite a task of refactoring all of this to make it do what I want it to do, and which means I'm going to have it by the next video, not this video. Also, next video I have something to come clean about, so we'll do that as well. Otherwise, Laura came back, we had dinner, she's having a bath right now. I'm kind of like in a bit of a mood, I'm in a bit of a thump, so I feel like I might just excuse myself and just do a load of programming, basically. But yeah, I'm thinking I'm going to transfer this up to my main computer now and then just work up here for the evening. I don't know why I'm in such a bad mood, to be honest with you. I'm just like, I just cannot be bothered. You know when you just like, I'm chopping an onion and it's irritating me. I'm chopping a pepper and it's irritating me. I'm like, why am I getting annoyed so easily? I don't know. Anyway, also what I'm going to do is with this project, I'm like vamping it up a little bit so that it does a little bit more than it used to. I'm going to configure it so that it works well with the GoPro. But what I'm also going to do is use it as a test bed for the first thing that I'm going to open source. I'm not going to open source it on Varialis, I'm going to open source it on my own GitHub repo. But I'm going to put it on an open source repo via Visual Studio Online, Azure DevOps. So I'm going to try and do this like thing for the first time ever. It's going to be a bit of a test bed for when I do that for Varialis. So that's my plan. So I just spent the last however long trying to improve my vlogging script so that it can be ready for this. What I was trying to do was make it so that you plug in the device and then it copies the files down and then renders them and all that kind of stuff. Problem was, interacting with files while they're on you, i.e. the camera, is a pain in the goddamn ass. I was using a NuGet package to do it, so the original way I thought it would work doesn't work because it's not a standard drive. I got a NuGet package that worked and then it was going fine, and then I was trying to copy the files over and hit a load of problems. I circumnavigated a load of them, but I can't get around it. Basically the root problem is that package is not designed for .NET Core. I need it to run in .NET Core. So I started looking for other solutions to try and find a way around it, and then stumbled upon the Windows Media Import tool, which basically I can plug in the computer, and then it will just pull the files off and look at the created date. The problem is, if I copy the files from you to the computer, it changes the created date. There is like a video recorded at date inside the deep in the properties, but that's not accessible from C# from what I can find. So I was looking to see if I could copy it while keeping that date, and not only can it do that, but it can also put them into the folders that I had before, where it automatically does them day, 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 day. So it works much better for me, which is so good. It's mildly annoying that I spent such a long time looking at it and whatnot, but at least the vlogs will be as of. So the last vlog I just did was rendered out on the old script. This will be rendered out on the old script. Tomorrow I'll finish off the vlog for you, which will be for the video after you, which will be slightly different. And like I say, that's that. But I don't know why my mood swung so much. I said to Laura, I'm like, do you mind if I just sit in my office on my own for a bit, please? I don't know why. Because she's like, do you want to watch something on TV? And I'm like, I don't want to be mean, but I don't feel sociable. But yeah, so she went to bed. I'm going to bed now as well. Lots of programming to do tomorrow. Should be fun. Okay, it's the next day. I'm going to carry on writing this script, get it over and done with. like I say, it should be somewhat simple now. And all I need to do is sort that out and then start chipping down the rest of my to-do list. I've got a couple of things on the to-do list today. Gonna be productive. Formula One's on. Laura's just gone to town to go dress shopping. Let's get some work done. So it's working. I'm just testing out the footage, the font thing in the bottom left-hand corner, to make sure that's all right. It's very slow though. It's only 1 times speed. I used to get about 2 to 2.5 times speed from the footage from the other camera, and I've got to figure out if there are some settings I can flip in FFmpeg to make that a bit more performant. It is obviously extremely possible though that it's only that this camera recorded in a codec that was closer to what it's being exported to. The question is it worth maintaining the codec? So this is going to a fucking whatever it's called, H.264 encoding. But this isn't recorded in H.264 recording, it's in something else, I think. I can change the settings in the camera, but we'll see. We'll see. It's just a bit of experimentation really around like what the footage looks like when it's uploaded and all that kind of shit, and raw from the camera itself. What I do know is it's not losing much. I'm not gaining much. So for example, let me go into this. So in my previous daily vlog stuff, a video of about 22 minutes in length would be less than 1 gigabyte, but a 30-minute video is about 3 gigabytes out of this camera. So it's taking longer to render and it's producing a much bigger file. So I need to figure out why, basically. Having said that, so 60 frames per second and the total bitrate is 14,000 versus 4,000. It's really interesting looking at the differences between all of this footage. So like, obviously it's a bit further out, wider and whatnot, but like here, basically everything is a bit blurry. All the time, everything is just a bit blurry. There's never really like a clean shot, whereas here, everything is just so sharp. It's so ridiculously sharp. And the background's all sharp and whatnot, but the difference really comes like into thing. Look, so here, look, you can see obviously everything is looking super sharp and it looks really good, I think, in a way. But when we get into like lower light situations like this, my other camera handles it much better than this one does, because it's not what it's designed for. So it obviously likes light. That is clear, because like, as you get to here, it looks much better when you're in the lighter bits than it does when you're not in the lighter bits, compared to this one over there. So it's like, it's really interesting. And I'm trying to figure out whether or not if this bitrate is something that I can control in the camera, or whether or not I need to be able to render it down in the output. And I feel like I need to render it down in the output. You can see my arm hairs in that footage, that's a bit gross, isn't it? I'm still going through a bit of a learning exercise, figuring out what this camera is good at and how to utilize it best possible. I think I'm okay with, at the moment, I'm okay with the oversized files. They do look better when they look better. I.e. when the camera looks better, it looks a lot better. And it's obviously 60 frames a second. I could always drop down to 30 frames a second if I wanted to. I can do that in camera. So there's lots of things I could do. And I have the time and like computing power to generate all of this stuff. It's just mildly irritating because it's slower than my old camera, but it's better in literally every measurable way. It's much more detail, much more frames. Imagine if I threw some 4K at it, boys. That'll be where it gets exciting. I do have to do a 4K test on it, actually. I should do that. Because I'm not sure how it'll handle that, because it is a different like codec entirely. But I want to do 4K for if I go swimming with the fishies on holiday. So I want to see if it's possible before I record it all in 4K. Remind me and I will do a bit of that. later today or tomorrow or something. I'll probably do it tomorrow because I can do it at the start of tomorrow's vlog, because I'm going to end the vlog today because it's getting long. I've lost the ability to see how long the videos are getting, so I'm trying to use my own head a bit more, and I feel like this camera is incentivizing me to record longer clips than I used to. I should keep it short and snappy so I don't ramble on too much. And I'm going to end today's video there, ladies and gentlemen. It's been a quiet day. Watched Formula 1. Laura came back with some, we've got a wedding to go to. That's when you know you're getting old, right? When you get invited to weddings. So just trying to find a dress. What else? Watched Formula 1, which was good, stressful, but good. Did a load of work. A load of admin work, not programming work. I need to do some programming work tomorrow. And we couldn't decide what to have for dinner today. So Laura was like, I really fancy like fried chicken. So we went to like this, well, we got a takeaway from this like chicken place down the road. And I had a kebab for the first time in years. And I'm like, God damn, this is lovely. But also gross at the same time, you know? And then we just watched, well, went for a walk to walk off all the fatty food we'd just eaten. Watched some TV and played some games. And now we're heading to bed. It's late, man. Laura's still awake as well, and it's 11:30 at night. Can you believe that? I can't. Thanks for watching, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you enjoyed this video. Also, I released my video about leaving work, and the response has been really nice, so thank you, everybody. Next video is exciting as well, though. I'll catch you later.